Abuja, Nigeria, with a legacy of excellence and a vision for nurturing future leaders. Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
Bayes is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about three things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution where you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
On Global TV News Express, organized labor insists on 250,000 naira awaits President Tinubu's verdict. Central Bank of Nigeria guarantees safety of depositors' funds. On the foreign scene, Malawi Vice President, 9 others killed in plane crash. 4 United States college instructors stabbed in public park in China. In sports, Valencia fans jailed for racist abuse against Vinicius Jr. Eagles World Cup hopes dim after a shock 2-1 Benin defeat. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and across the world to News Express on Global Television. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Uyi Agmofwegwe. Organized labor has insisted on its 250,000 naira new minimum wage proposal, stating it would not negotiate what it described as starvation wage. Assistant General Secretary of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Chris Onyeka, said Labour would not accept the latest offer of 62,000 naira and 100,000 naira proposal made by some individuals and economists. This follows the NLC President Joe Ajaro's statement that the unionists are waiting on President Bola Tinubu to consider Labour's offer. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of a retired Deputy Inspector General of Police, Hashimu Argungu, as the chairman of the Police Service Commission. The president has also approved the appointment of Oyemuche Namani as secretary and a retired Deputy Inspector General of Police, Taiwo Lekanu, as member of the commission. A statement by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngalale, says the appointments are subject to confirmation by the Senate. He said the President has also approved the appointment of Muhammad Shidu as the Executive Secretary of the Nigeria Police Trust Fund with immediate effect, stating that the President expects absolute demonstration of integrity, diligence, and patriotic zeal in the discharge of the important functions of the appointees that have been assigned them in the interest of the nation. Nigerians have called on the federal government to adopt bold strategies in providing democratic benefits. Global TV correspondent who interviewed citizens on the forthcoming Democracy Day reports that Nigerians expressed mixed reactions over the democratic system in Nigeria. Queen Agaba has details.
Since gaining independence, Nigeria has seen a journey filled with challenges and triumphs in its democratic process. Speaking on the dividends of democracy, Nigerians lament the harsh reality.
I think the government should look into some major sector which will affect the ordinary Nigerians' life. People are really suffering, and we need a listening government that can put his or herself in the shoes of the ordinary Nigerians.
This regime is somehow. There's no dividends. There's nothing we can show off that. Okay, this democracy, this regime, we have. I think there is a bit better than the former. There is hunger in the land. 1, 2, you can't even voice out anything. There's nothing you can voice out concerning this regime.
Thank God for democracy, but are we really enjoying dividends of democracy? The answer is no. What are the evidence of democracy? Good governance, good policy, access to education, infrastructure, the basic social amenities. Are any of them available? Electricity zero, road network, people are building roads for themselves. So where is the evidence of democracy?
While it is clear that there's hope and belief in the principles of democracy, some say there are still significant challenges that need to be addressed.
I would like to advise Mr. President to be radical in his approach in the delivery of democratic dividends, particularly to the downtrodden. The hardship is much in the land. So I want Mr. President to put more effort in areas of food security particularly.
Speaking on democracy and the gains recorded so far, Nigerians have called on the federal government to be radical in its approach in the delivery of democratic dividends and to focus on critical sectors that will help mitigate the effect of the current hardship experienced.
Thank you, Queen Agaba. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has urged President Bola Tinubu's administration to build a democracy that will reduce friction after elections, describing the numerous litigation that follow elections in the country as embarrassing, warning that democracy that is built on ethnicity and religion does not endure. The former president spoke as the chairman of the Democracy Day public lecture with the theme 25 years of enduring democracy, prospects for the future at the Old Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa in Abuja, where he noted that in the last 25 years, Nigeria has built an economy that was once the biggest economy in Africa. Although he said that the country's democratic consolidation has not been an easy one, the former vice president stated that for democracy to yield dividends, the political actors must change their flamboyant lifestyle. Amnesty International has put together a detailed report of the girls killed by authorities after escaping the Boko Haram captivity. The report, which entails a lot of research and various interviews of about 126 girls, captures the lives of the girls and the situations of inadequate support and further sufferings as they attempt to rebuild their lives. Sharon Ajay has details for us.
Amnesty International is aimed at exposing injustice and seeking justice for what women go through in the hands of criminals. The Chair Board of Trustees, Amnesty International Nigeria, Awa Musa Rafsanjani, have showed his displeasure over the less attention given by authorities to women and girls who go through sufferings in the hands of criminals. He further called on all stakeholders to work together to push for women's human rights.
To welcome you to this very important but silent issue that our women and girls have been going through in the hand of terrorists and criminals in Nigeria. Unfortunately, not much attention has been given to these inhuman conditions that our girls and women find themselves in Nigeria.
While faulting the Nigerian authorities on the failure to protect its citizens, which led to the Chibok girls' adoption and various crimes, the director of Amnesty International Nigeria, Issa Sanusi, has urged that the government take a different tone in addressing the nation's insecurities.
The failure of the Nigerian authorities is the reason why we even have Boko Haram, is the reason why we have people displaced, is the reason why Boko Haram was capable of going into homes and abducting young girls as young as 8, 9, and subjecting them to sexual slavery Our recommendation is that government should do something and rescue these girls.
Insecurity has been one of the biggest challenges in Nigeria, as it poses a significant threat to Nigerian stability and development as a nation. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Sharon Ajay there, following the report of Amnesty International on young girls who have been adversely impacted by the Boko Haram insurgency in the northeastern part of the country. Let's turn to other stories now. The House of Representatives has been called upon to intervene in the alleged failure to swear in some newly elected members of the Plateau State House of Assembly. The plea followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance moved by the member representing Wase Federal Constituency of Plateau State, Ahmed Wase, on the floor of the House during plenary. Wase noted that in 2023, the Court of Appeal hearing appeals arising from judgments of the Plateau State Election Tribunal made decisions which resulted in the nullification of certificates of return of 16 sitting members of the Plateau State House of Assembly and ordered the issuance of new certificates of return to the new members by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The House of Representatives, in the meantime, has summoned Minister of Transportation, Saidu Alkali, for questioning over the frequent train mishaps witnessed on the Abuja-Kaduna Railway corridor in recent times. This is sequel to the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance brought to the floor during plenary by the member representing Makrafi Kudan Federal Constituency of Kaduna State, Umar Ajilo. Making reference to Abuja-Kaduna passengers train that has skidded twice in the last 2 weeks with hundreds of passengers on board, Ajilo, a member of the People's Democratic Party, expressed worry over the incident, stating that across the world, rail transportation remains the safest mode of movement. Controller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Kemi Nandap, has announced plans to inaugurate a more accessible electronic visa application known as e-visa channel for short visits in line with the Nigeria Visa Policy 2020. Nandap said this in her address delivered at the graduation ceremony of the 12th Command Course of the Immigration Command and Staff College in Sokoto. The Controller General said that the new channel is designed to streamline visa processes, noting that it is also to foster foreign direct investments while boosting tourism. You're watching News Express coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, where StarTimes Channel 276 kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When News Express returns, federal government begins conversion of railway locomotive engines from diesel to compressed natural gas. These and other stories we will bring your way shortly after this break. Do stay with us.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point, this is business.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no further. Introducing Lunch Global on Global Television, the show that...
This is Global Television bringing you a live broadcast of News Express with Uyag Mofwewe. Thank you for staying with us. Minister of Transportation Seydou Akali says the government has begun the conversion of railway locomotive engines from diesel to compressed natural gas, CNG. Seydou, who spoke at the Idu National Railway Station in Abuja, said that the government intends to drastically reduce the cost of maintenance as well as maintain a clean environment against carbon emissions. Senator Akali said that the engine is going to work on 30% of the diesel and 70% on gas. On the foreign scene, the United Nations Security Council has voted to support a U.S. proposed Israel-Gaza ceasefire plan. The proposal sets out conditions for a full and complete ceasefire, the release of hostages held by Hamas, the return of dead hostages remains, and the exchange of Palestinian prisoners. 14 of the 15 Security Council members voted in favor of the U.S. drafted resolution. Russia abstained. The resolution states that Israel has accepted the ceasefire proposal and urges Hamas to agree to it too. In the meantime, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has said that if a ceasefire plan backed by the U.S. and UN does not progress, Hamas will be blamed. Blinken reiterated his call for Hamas to accept the plan as outlined by President Biden 11 days ago. He said that it is the responsibility of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar to make the casting vote, stating that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had reaffirmed his commitment to the proposal when they held talks in Jerusalem on Monday. 4 United States university tutors are in hospital after they were stabbed by an unknown assailant at a public park in China. The Iowa Cornell College instructors were injured in what the school called a serious incident during a daytime visit to the park in the northern province of Jilin. China's foreign ministry says that none of the injured are in the life-threatening condition. Russia is reportedly sending thousands of migrants and foreign students to fight alongside its troops in the war against Ukraine for visa renewal. Some European officials have alleged that this is a move by the Kremlin to add extra manpower using the tactics first deployed by the Wagner mercenary group. The reports stated that the Russian has been threatening not to extend the visas of African students and young workers unless they agree to join the military. On a side note, Malawi's Vice President Saulos Chilima has been killed in a plane crash after researchers located the wreckage of the aircraft in a foggy forest. This was revealed by Malawi's President Lazarus Chakwera while addressing the nation. The military plane carrying Chilima, 51, and 9 others had disappeared yesterday after it failed to land in the northern city of Mzuzu due to bad weather and was told to return to the capital, Lilongwe. Now time to bring you some business. The federal government has raised the alarm over the renewed smuggling of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, following the massive hike in the pump price of the commodity in the neighboring countries. He stated that while average price of petrol in Nigeria is about 701 naira per litre, the average cost of the products in neighboring countries stands at 1,787 naira per litre, a development that has heightened PMS smuggling out of Nigeria in the past 2 weeks. However, Controller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, who disclosed this at a press conference in Yola, Adamawa State capital, said that Nigeria has to join forces with the Office of the National Security Advisor to tackle the menace. Nigeria's daily crude oil production of 1.9 million barrels per day may dip over growing tension between ITU Exploration and Production Limited and its host community in Nembe Kingdom on OML 29. The Nembe Creek trunk line contributes 150,000 barrels per day of higher-grade crude to the daily oil production figures. The crude was formally launched in November last year as Nembe crude oil grade, distinguishing it from the Bonny light crude oil grade. However, the grain faced off despite the recent inauguration of host community development trusts for communities in the Nembe oil fields by ATO and the engagement of community-nominated diesel contractors. And still staying in the oil and gas sector, the Dangote refinery has said its plan to release premium motor spirits into the market this month will no longer be possible. President of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, told newsmen that the petrol from the 650,000 barrels per day capacity refinery will be out in July. Dangote said this was due to some minor challenges, stating that the product will be out by July 10 to 15. The Central Bank of Nigeria has again reassured the banking public of the safety of their deposits and the banking system's resilience. The Apex Bank's Acting Director of Corporate Communications Department, Akama Sidi Ali, gave the assurance in a statement in Abuja. Sidi Ali's statement was a response to concern in some quarters about the stability of some Nigerian banks in the wake of Heritage Bank PLC's license revocation. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has denied reports that it's inflated the subsidy on premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, by 3.3 trillion naira during the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. He stated that its subsidy claims were verifiable, stressing that all relevant records on subsidy had been sent to the agencies in charge. The company, in a statement issued by spokesperson Olufemi Shoneye, also said it was not aware of any planned audit of its accounts as alleged in a report earlier. Amid calls that the Band A tariff hike be reversed, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has approved a new tariff hike for the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution Company. The Commission committed the Port Harcourt Distribution Company to raise the tariffs for Band A customers categorized as Maximum Demand 2 Special. Maximum Demand customers are consumers that have a load of 45 kVA and above who also operate and maintain their dedicated transformers. From 206 naira per kilowatt hour, this category of customers within the Port Harcourt franchise will now pay 225 naira per kilowatt hour. And now time to bring you some excitement from the world of sports. Nigeria's Super Eagles have put up another shoddy performance in a 2-1 defeat to Benin Republic in a 2026 World Cup CAF qualifying Group C match day 4 fixture at the Felix Houphouët-Boigny in Abidjan. From a 1-1 draw against South Africa at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo 3 days earlier, the Super Eagles gave frustrated Nigerians a glimpse of hope by going in front on 27 minutes through Rafael Onyedika, who fired beautifully home from the edge of the box after being assisted by Samuel Chukwueze. 3 fans have been sentenced to 8 months in prison and banned from Stadia for 2 years over the racist abuse of Vinicius Jr. at Mestalla in May 2023. The incident, which took place during Real Madrid's 1-0 La Liga defeat to Valencia, sparked uproar worldwide after the Brazil star identified an individual in the crowd who had been racially abusing him, causing the game to be suspended. Vinicius later hit out at Spanish authorities handling of the issue, saying racism is normal in La Liga, while the league called for greater powers to deal with the problem. The 3 fans were found guilty of a crime against moral integrity aggravated by racially motivated discrimination. And back home, the Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL) has cracked down on Eyimba International FC, imposing a series of hefty sanctions following the club's conduct during the match day 35 fixture against Rangers International FC held at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu. In a letter to Eyimba dated June 10 and signed by the NPFL Chief Operating Officer Davidson Owumi, the league outlined multiple breaches of its rules committed by Eyimba during the ill-fated encounter. The league says Eyimba was found in violation of Rule C9, having failed to ensure the proper conduct of its players, officials and supporters. The club was also cited for breaching Rule B6 23, disrupting the transmission of our live broadcasts. As excitement builds up for the UEFA Euro 2024, the Premier League once again asserts its dominance in the world of football by sending a staggering 103 players to represent their respective national teams. This impressive delegation underscores the Premier League's reputation as the breeding ground for world-class talent and its significant influence on the international stage. As we end News Express on Global Television, here's another look at some of our top stories. Organized labor has insisted on 250,000 naira. The Central Bank of Nigeria has guaranteed safety of depositors' funds. On the foreign scene, Malawi Vice President, 9 others have been killed in a plane crash. 4 United States college instructors have been stabbed in public park in China. And in sports, we told you Valencia fans have been jailed for racist abuse against Vinicius Jr. And back home, Eagles World Cup hopes have gone dim after a shock 2-1 Benin defeat. And that's it on the News Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on screen. And thank you very much for watching. I am Uyag Mofebe. I'll see you again.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on Global Televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a riveting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every government and introduction of new policies, businesses of all kinds and sizes seize the opportunity to evolve and redefine themselves. Business Point on Global Television is where we follow the money and put the facts and figures right in front of you. Watch Business Point every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. as Kikelamo Okeri tracks all the latest developments across critical sectors. Business Point, this is business.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no further. Introducing Lunch Global on Global Television, a show that takes you on a delicious journey through the world of food, nutrition, and diet. So, whether you're a seasoned foodie, a health enthusiast, or simply curious about the world of food, Lunch Global has something for everyone. Tune in Mondays to Fridays and let your taste bud take you on a journey of flavor, culture, and discovery on Lunch Global. Bon appetit!
Time check. It's midday. Then it's Midday Discourse. Midday Discourse is a program that covers trending local and international news, current issues, and human-related topics. Join Samuel Odi weekdays 1 p.m. on Global Television. The discussion starts here.